What's that? Okay. All right. Cool. 4, 3, 2, 1. Trip Digital Radio Sound Art Expression, DJ Journey, Tis the Time, Marquita Monet, and the lovely Trisha Love.
Yes, we are in the house.
Go get it.
I say the lovely Trisha Love.
Yes.
Hey, get that rhymes.
It's two loves.
The love. Okay.
The love.
All about the love.
The love of love.
But it's not about Trisha Love. It's not about Tis the Time or Raven Dave or Ashley. It's about a special guest. So bring him in, Trisha Love.
We have real estate extraordinaire.
Way too nice.
What's going on?
Well, first off, I just want to say thank you. You guys are bringing some awesome worlds together and just sharing the love to everybody, dropping some wisdom, letting these listeners know, hey, we got new stuff for you. You can learn here, you can grow, and that's what it's all about. So let's do it. Let's get into this. Ask some questions. Get it going. It's family right here. So let's do it. I'm ready. Let's take it up, man. Let's go.
This guy, as soon as he came in the studio,
Let's go.
His energy just popped off. He was like, hey, how you doing?
Hey, it's late. It's late right now, but it's okay. Let's keep going. We're live right now. Let's make something happen.
Energy.
Make magic happen.
So are you from LA?
So born and raised. I grew up in Port Ranch, the suburbs. I like to call it the PRP over there. There it is. I made it out. So I lived in West Hollywood for about a year now, 2 years in Sherman Oaks. So it's a little crazy down here in this city. I love it. It's fun to come to. It's where the magic happens, but when I'm driving on those streets, I don't like 10 and 2 grasped all the entire time. I want to be chilling with one hand on the wheel. You know what I mean? Lean back.
You cannot drive fast down Sunset.
Yeah, no, not at 5 o'clock. Not at 5 o'clock. It's not gonna happen.
No.
It's not
It might not be driving.
You're walking faster. That's for sure.
Like parking in motion.
So real estate. What got you into real estate? Selling properties, places.
Yeah. I mean, it's a long story. I guess it's the one where it's like, you just follow the book until it goes. And I guess God directs your steps at the end of it. So,
For sure.
that's kind of how it worked. I was in college, I was studying finance. I'll do med school. My dad's a dentist. For some reason, the Cal State system budget cuts stopped me from going into the medical route. I couldn't finish out the major in 4 years. Finished out in finance and then ended up interviewing, met some people, and your connections take you the rest of the way, and so does God. So that's how it works.
That's right.
Shout out to connections and God.
Exactly. We believe that.
And God as well.
There it is, man. There it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
So
how long have you been in the industry?
So just over 4 years now, and it's been a fun ride. I've been buckled up. It's been an adventure. It's I just put my hand in so many different things. So in real estate, that's a cool thing. You're not limited to just one thing. It's not buying, selling. It's developing, property management, investing. If there's an interest you have, if you like the arts and you're in the creative field, I mean, hey, you can design houses. You can there's so many different minds that come together to make the whole thing work. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
So are we selling mansions? Are we selling corporate?
Hey, we're selling anything that sells. That's if you can put a price tag on it, hey, just come to me. That's it.
No limits.
No limits. Yeah, right now I have 2 escrows going on right now. I got a listing in South Central, actually, 812. Yeah, 812. I'm blanking on the address right now. But anyways, we had 25 investors on that property. The market's insane right now. It went over $100,000 over asking. But the cool thing is, look, so there's one winner and 25 people that are submitting offers on this property. There's only one winner, but there's 24 of the contacts that I just made relationships with. So 24 of the people, and let me tell you, those people open doors, and those people you walk through, and those people you learn from, and those people you do future business with, and those become friends, family, and so on, so on. So it's like winners and losers. They're all winners at the end of the day, as long as the relationships are made. So
Exactly.
And if you think of their sphere of influence, so like each of those people had money in the bank ready to make the buy. They didn't win the bid, but that the money is there. And then if they hang around in circles that are like-minded, that just means they know 3 other people that are into the same deal with investing and flipping and buying. So
it actually was like a pivotal moment for me. There's this, out of those 24 people that didn't make it, there's one guy in there, and it's just like, you meet someone and you just know their energy, you know their vibe, and you're just like, that's me. Those are my people. Those are the people I hang with. That's who I want to be around. And boom, instant connection. It's just another adventure you get to ride along with. It's just awesome. So I know, without even doing a single deal with this guy, and I wanted him to win, but he didn't win. I know there's going to be way more to come with me and him in the future. So it's just good stuff. He's got his story, I got mine. So it just works, you know.
That's awesome, man.
That's a different way of looking at being a real estate agent.
Right.
Most people are trying to sell properties. You're trying to make that connection to bring more business and bring the right things to the table.
Good.
100%. Yeah. So there's, it's like you're out there and you got to get your own, right? That's what you got to do. But your own will come when you're looking out for other people. You know, when you're in a situation, you might be losing money by standing up for someone, but at the end of the day, guess what? That person knows you stand up for them, and they're telling everyone else, guess who stood up for me when no one else did?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like, you may be losing, but at the end of the day, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. You don't know how, you don't know where, you can't see, you don't know. So.
It's not really losing because it's planting a seed.
Oh, it's planting.
Absolutely.
Apple seed. Where's the apple tree?
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
like
my
that.
thing. It's the law of reciprocity.
Right.
I always tell people, even students that I've worked with, even if you don't believe in God, the law of reciprocity is facts. If you put an apple seed in the ground, when harvest season comes, what's going to come up, Trish? Apples,
tree.
not mangoes. So you understand that energy and that currency.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it says somewhere, if you sow, you'll reap.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Was that a fortune cookie?
Yeah, I don't know exactly. No, I think the fortune cookie got it from what was already written. Exactly.
Just a side note, fortune cookies were made in San Francisco.
Oh, drop some rules on. Teach us. That's what we're
And it
here
was
for.
not made in China.
Okay.
Fortune cookies started in San Francisco.
Hey,
Oh,
so
make it
Chinese people
plain.
didn't even know what fortune cookies were. It's like, do you know what these are?
they're like,
It's
where'd this
no,
come from?
no,
Where'd it come from? Where'd it come
San
from?
Francisco.
My girl is
San
gonna love
Francisco, thank you
this.
for something. Not the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
I vote. My Los Angeles Lakers are taking it. Don't worry. LeBron James is moving us on up.
Oh,
23.
Don't worry.
23.
We're going.
2 and
It's
3
gonna
is
happen.
5.
I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Hey, it's not just real estate. That's the thing. It's all the worlds, all of them. You bring them together, and it's just a nice little crock pot. What real estate? Just one little meatball. You know? What I mean?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's not real estate. It's real ass.
Whoa, Johnny.
It's just music with
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
But how many of the wealthiest people
It's
in
a
the
state of
world
mind.
did real estate?
Oh yeah, I mean it's an avenue many people take, you know. And the funny thing is, I mean, you look at our president. It's not the end goal ever. It's never the end goal. It's like it's one thing you do, but you're also doing so many other things as a real estate agent. I mean, you're someone's therapist. You're someone's financial planner. You're doing so many. So yeah, you have one skill set, but it's linked to like a million different. It's everyone. That's when you're in your job, you're doing so many different things. Even if you're an employee, you're learning so many different skill sets that aren't just applicable to that one job. You're going to do so many other different things with that. And that's why that's how you learn, you grow, and you learn what you like to do and follow your passions. So yeah.
So tell me this: what was your worst best client?
Worst best.
I mean, it started off as a headache,
Yeah.
and then it was just like, wow.
I mean,
good question.
the worst best
Good
headache.
question.
Okay, I'm thinking. My mind just went to the worst one. I didn't go to the worst best one. I just
Did it stay there, or did it evolve?
Here's the thing about the worst best. Actually, the worst one came in my first year of real estate, where I was double popping a transaction, meaning I listed the house and I was representing the buyer. So right there, I was like, I'm making some pretty good money on that. Then after that, I knew I got both these people locked up, and so we're going to close this one. Now we're going to go find the third leg of it. So we're going to sell his house, and the guy who's selling it's got to go buy another house. So he's going to go get that third leg and go move into another house. And when I'm completing this transaction, I'm like, all right, great. This is Christmas is coming up. We got some money on the table. Everyone's getting some good presents this year. You know what I mean? It was going to be good. It was going to be good.
Money.
And then one thing led to the next, and doubt got in, and a little bit of fear, and a little bit of I don't know, and then boom, this drops, and then this whole thing falls apart. Now we're done.
Yeah.
You know what? It's like, okay, you lose whatever it is, 60,000. Let's just call it that. You lose that money in commissions, but at the end of the day, guess what? I just learned how to put all that together in my first year of real estate. I was probably into the industry like 6 months. but the learning curve I had was so much shorter than everyone else's because I failed so much sooner than everyone else.
Yeah.
You know, so some people, right when they fail, then they give up and then they're done. Then they're looking on to the next career. I failed and I kept going. And you just find a way to make it work. You know, whatever it is, if it's the small stuff, it's the peanuts, whatever it is, you eat peanuts until you can get steak dinners. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
That's
still protein.
Yeah, it's still protein.
Protein, exactly.
It's still protein.
Yes, get that iron in.
Some people get their protein from worms.
Yeah,
Trisha,
It's an earthworm.
Yeah, speaking to yourself.
Not going to the house.
Yeah,
Not
there's so
spaghetti
many
and
things
worms,
that get
guys.
protein, Trisha. And she said worms. This is what we deal with, guys. This is what we deal with.
I heard that they're very high in protein.
Okay, I believe it, but
You cannot bring that to
okay, you're going to time out
That's
on
what
the
I'm
show.
bringing.
That's what's going to happen with you.
No, I'm just kidding. No, thank you for bringing it together.
That's what we do.
Yo, I gotta ask you though. because your vibe is like it's infectious. So I gotta know on a daily.
Yeah,
Bro,
on a daily. Okay.
bro.
When you walk into a room
Oh yeah.
or you go through your day,
Yeah.
how many contacts do you make in a day? I gotta know because I see you.
I'm ready to give
like
him my phone number now,
literally,
bro.
You know, if we put dollars to it,
Yeah.
like in an hour, you're making more than minimum wage here, bro.
Let the Lord
talk to me
use you.
about that, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you either uses me or speaks to me. It's one of the, I don't know where that comes from, but
Christmas is good this year.
it's gonna be all right. You know, my girlfriend right here is gonna get some good presents. I know
Christy.
that.
That's right.
She's like,
Oh, she's so sweet and humble. I love
Hold
her.
on.
Wait.
Let me
This
tell you
is
what
a
she
story
said.
worth saying.
Yeah.
I have to. Can I put you guys
Oh,
on
go-
blast?
hey,
As
go-
long as it's not about worms.
He sought this woman
Say
for
it.
2 years.
How did you wait a minute? How did you say no for 2 years to this energy?
I'm trying to tell y'all it's real as steak.
I heard about Christy before I even knew Christy. I barely knew Collin, and I knew of Christy. I'm like, who's
She didn't
Christy?
even
I'm
know
like,
she was going to
damn.
be part of the interview.
How do I
Yeah, she didn't know she was
This is
here.
so beautiful. I'm glad you shared that
Years.
because listeners need this. It's helping people out
Oh
there.
no.
Well, the listeners should understand perseverance will get you almost anything.
That's right, bro.
Yes.
That's it, Tiz.
Collin did a good job.
Hey,
on
You
this.
better speak, Tiz.
So perseverance is one little ingredient in it. The other one people don't want to talk about is the harder one, which is patience. Because we all,
I was right there with you.
That's good, Collin.
Perseverance.
Colin, I got it on my phone, bro. Patience.
Discipline.
Yeah.
What up? Oh, sorry.
No. Hey, it's on there.
Simplicity, patience, and compassion. You gotta have it to
There
win.
it is. There it is.
What
gotta have
about
it to win.
We say
Christy's
proactivity.
knowledge of her self-worth
Oh yeah.
and knowing the time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's all
She
comes down to
wasn't
time.
easy.
It's all timing. It's not even about that. It's about time. You know, it wouldn't have worked if it was 2 years too early or 2 years too late. You know what I mean? It's right when it needed to happen. And you know what? As long as you're patient and you are persevering, it gets to that timing when the timing's right, and boom, you walk through the door. You know, so you don't know why you failed, you don't know why it didn't happen, but hey, if you're patiently waiting and persisting, hey, you know, sometimes the desires of your heart are answered. I don't know how that works,
Okay.
but someone, you know.
But
So,
isn't it-
Colin,
isn't
I
it-
have a question. I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you invite us to the wedding?
Oh.
At least to the reception. At least to the reception.
Yes.
Lock
Ladies and
them
gentlemen,
up in
DJ.
there.
It's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a big one.
Let me ask you guys
Is that the Christmas present we look
We're
at?
going live.
Is that the Christmas present we look
We're going live.
I'm putting under the gun right now. Now I'm blushing. Now I'm blushing. Now I'm blushing.
Wait, it's only been like a week, right?
It's been about a month and a half,
A month.
2.5 years in the
2.5
making.
years.
So it's like, wow. Now. So
That reception is going to be so lit.
Oh,
All
yeah.
I need is just one piece of cake.
Hey,
She's over here blushing now too. Both of them blushing.
hey, all I'll tell you is when Instagram saw it, like Instagram saw it, and everyone that I ever knew that knew me, it was like, what? It was like, what? Yeah. Yeah, let's go. No, it was crazy. Like my whole world melted. Like everyone was just like, "What's going on?" I need to know the details of this.
Hey.
I feel like anybody that really
You
knew
got it, you
you
got
knew
it.
of her, though. Like anybody that kind of really knew you knew of her.
Oh, of course. If you
And
knew
you're-
me, you knew her.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
you're
thing.
is it called chivalry?
Chivalry. Yeah, chivalry. Someone got it
You got it
right.
back.
It's not dead.
It's not dead.
It's not dead. I believe that
Oh,
with
no,
my
no,
whole
no.
heart.
And if it was, you just dug it up.
I went down. I got my shovel,
Journey.
picking it up, found a chest in there, opened it up, read a couple instructions on how to do it, and then I was like, all right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
go.
you've been dead since the 60s. Let
Yeah,
me bring you
wow.
back, bro.
I love it.
Let's go do this.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good one. Life's
Energy,
fun,
babe.
isn't it? It's a little adventure.
Wow, man. I did not expect this.
Oh, no.
I didn't know what to expect.
Oh,
but
it's
this
all right.
is good.
This is really
It's
good.
really, really good.
No,
No
Man, I'm
joke.
telling you, I told you, as soon as he walked in, it was just energy. He came up, hey, my name. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I know what. I know you now. Here we go. I know what's coming. I know what's coming.
Yeah.
But here's
Fire.
a special silver lining about this show and about the people that come into this room. And that's why we asked that question that
Yes.
he's going to ask at the end of the show. But these are about good people.
Yes.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, man, you can be a singer, songwriter, producer, hairdresser or whatever, or a tech person. It's just like, it's about being a good person.
Yeah.
And I always say, you got to be a better person than you are your career, because we are bound and shackled by titles.
Absolutely.
You could be just the real estate guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiz can just be the cool
Yeah.
guy with
Yeah.
a great
Especially
voice.
in LA. Like, yeah. Especially
But
here.
he's not.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So, yes.
Not at all.
Shout out to all the
Great
good
guy.
people that come to the
That's
show.
right.
And you're amazing, dude.
Yeah,
Amazing.
thank you.
And you deserve.
I
Yes.
appreciate that. I
Exactly.
appreciate that. I don't know if I deserve it, but I got it. So.
You deserve
Oh,
it.
you both are so humble. But
You're
both
so
of you
blessed.
have great energy. Both of you are great for each other. And I love the way you said, when it's time, it's time.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
love the way, because that's encouraging people on both ends.
Oh yeah,
from
of
both
course,
perspectives.
Of course.
And even though it didn't happen then, even though the pursuit and you had patience, still when the timing was perfect.
Yeah.
And I think that's encouraging all of us and all of our listeners out there.
And I think it's so important when you see a testimony or story like that, that's applicable to all walks of life. It's just
Yeah.
not relationships. I mean, that's your
But
business.
that's
That's your
right.
business. It's
That's
like, hey,
right.
I'm trying to get my breakthrough right now. I'm trying to be
Yes.
an actor. I'm trying to be a screenwriter, a songwriter. I'm trying to make
That's
it
right,
in music.
Collin.
Whatever it is, it's like you're patiently waiting on that and persisting, and it's hard. But those people that give up at the end of the day, it's like, okay, maybe that wasn't your path to take, but there's people out there struggling to make rent, and I'm living in West Hollywood right next to them,
Preach.
and I'm just like, dude, like, hey, more power to you, because you got a dream, and there's someone else that's living in a mansion that's depressed and hates their life.
Yes.
And they're just doing something just because the money feels good. But then you have someone chasing their dreams and not giving up on them, and they have more purpose and they have more motivation to move forward and get up out of bed every single day. So it's like, hey, you look at that, it's like, how are you going to compare the two? How are you going to compare the two?
Priceless.
Wow.
So,
Amen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I just say this? This is, wow. You're lucky. You're lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get on that
It's
trash.
both.
The man.
The man is always lucky for having the great woman, but it's
It's both
It's the
ways.
other way.
It's a law of reciprocity.
it's the other way.
She's better than me. She's better than me.
He's gonna
better than me.
take care of things.
That's why we honoring you,
Yeah.
because you can say that.
Yeah, she's better than me.
Great.
It took me 2.5 years to get that, so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, of course, she was
Yeah,
worth the
she's
prize.
gonna
Trust
make
me.
me cry.
Yeah, she's got it. Don't worry
Oh,
about
God.
that. Yeah.
Both of you guys have beautiful
Wow.
spirits. I feel the energy.
Yeah.
So, if a person want to buy a house or mansion in Beverly Hills, where can they find you?
That sounds like butter. Just spread it over my toast.
Yummy! Breakfast! It's time for breakfast! Somebody's hungry. Is that me?
That sounds like butter.
So good. So good. Spread it over. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. It's at Collin Real Estate, and that's with 2 L's. So that's probably the easiest way if you don't know me to get in contact with me. Social media kind of runs everything these days. So it's like,
Yeah.
just hit me up on there. If you have any questions, it's not just about buying or selling. It's about what do we do? How are we going to get there? Is this right for me? And those are all things you can ask me. It can be the little stuff. Like I said, I'll still work everything. It's the peanuts from all the way to the steaks. They're all on the menu at my
That's
steakhouse.
beautiful.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. So don't worry about it. If you have a question, I'm going to answer it.
Well, look here. I already know the answer to this, man, on my end. But I still got to know, baby.
Let's go.
What is your superpower?
Oh man, it's so easy. Mine. Everyone should know that. It's just it's God's glory in everything. I don't do anything, so the only thing I can guarantee is I don't know what tomorrow is. I don't know. I can't tell you what I'm gonna have for breakfast. I don't know what my schedule that I plan for is gonna be, and no one else does because I can bet $1 million that you don't know exactly how tomorrow is gonna be. It's the only thing I know. It's the only thing I know you don't know, and I know I don't know. So it's at the end of the day, I run my race and God directs my steps. So that's my superpower, and he's pretty good.
It's God. So you can say God. Or God
Just said it. Just said it like.
There it is.
I
Did you
know.
say that it's potentially the surrender? Because how could the power work if you didn't surrender?
Oh yeah, I mean, because if you're not in full surrender, then it's in your will, and your will is trying to figure out what tomorrow is, and that never works. That means you're in control, and guess what? When you have control and you got both hands closed, that means you got one hand on the control button. Yeah, that's great. You got that, but the other hand is depression, anxiety, fear, loneliness, everything else that you got. So
where's my offering?
Where's my
purse? Where's my purse?
Until you got both those hands open, then you can start receiving blessings. So that's the only way it works. But.
Hold on.
There it is.
Preach, brother.
I'm about to pitch your future.
Exactly.
What you got,
I'm
Johnny?
about to pitch your future.
What you got, Johnny?
Look, I know my time.
Dude,
What you got?
after real estate, after you sell that house
Yeah.
in Beverly Hills,
Oh yeah, let's do it.
you need to go into motivational speaking.
Yes.
You need to be in front of millions of people telling this story and giving this energy because they don't make them like you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
appreciate
You're
that.
one of a kind.
We
man.
appreciate
And I mean
you, bro.
that. I mean that.
I appreciate that. Hey, you heard it here first.
We'll definitely be doing a part 2, right, Journey? We always have those part 2.
Collin, you got to come back.
Oh,
No,
hey,
God.
100%. This is family. Radio.
Yeah.
I feel it. It's good vibes. It may be 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. It doesn't matter. It doesn't stop. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It does not stop.
We work on the 24-hour clock, bro.
I like that clock. The funny thing is I have the same one,
there.
so it's good.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Energy.
Take us out, Trisha.
Energy.
Because
Oh, man,
you've been
okay.
smiles all this whole
It's such a
time.
good show.
It's
such a good show.
encouraging. Yeah.
I thank you for coming. Thank you for dropping some nuggets, and I mean, I don't know. Happy holidays.
Yes. Happy holidays.
It'll be a good Christmas for all of us. I know that.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed it will.
Absolutely. Trip Digital Radio, Sound Art Expression, LA Lifestyle.
LA style.
LA
Style.
Lifestyle.
LA
It's
style.
a lifestyle.
LA style.
Okay, we're
But it's still a lifestyle. LA Style
Lifestyle.
magazine.
It's LA style, but we're living lifestyles here. Can I just get away with that one
Somebody
time?
loves their
Yeah, you'll
I
get
know
away with
I
it.
used to make that mistake earlier, but this is a lifestyle. I want to do this again with you guys, all of you.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm in. Hey, sign me up. Take my money. I'm good.
Line and sinker.
It is, man.
Raven Dave, take us out with some music, man. 'cause we can go
Feliz
on and on.
Navidades.
Okay, wow. That is excitement. Yes.
My phone died.